Huawei Mate 10 Pro, Samsung Galaxy Note 8, Google Pixel 2, Apple iPhone 10. The best smartphones you can buy today. All of them have at least one thing in common. They have amazing cameras. But which of these 4 phones has the best camera? We test them all to find out. Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and you're watching GadgetMatch. The iPhone 10, Huawei Mate 10 Pro, Google Pixel 2, and Galaxy Note 8 are regarded as the best camera smartphones, not just by consumers, but by professionals alike. To put them to the test, we took all of them on a short holiday to Indonesia and Singapore. All of the photos you are about to see were shot using only the phone's main camera, handheld with settings set to auto and HDR turned to auto as well. I may have shot these photos, but the entire GadgetMatch team fiercely debated about the results and the comments that you are about to hear. Now, with that out of the way, let the showdown begin. This is our flagship smartphone camera shootout 2017 edition. Our first category is all about dynamic range, finding that good balance between darks and shadows and highlights. The human eye can see a much broader range in terms of the darkest and the most brightest spots on a specific scene. A good camera is able to closely replicate that. This photo was taken on a slightly cloudy afternoon at Bali's famed Kuta beach. We like the iPhone 10 shot best because it managed to deliver enough highlights so that the photo doesn't look drab or dull. Details on the cup's lid emerged thanks to the sweet separation of light and dark, and even the cloud's edges are better seen here while still giving enough highlights for the sand. This next photo is a bit of a challenge given that it's shot against the light. Our subject, Sasha, is standing in the shade with light bouncing off from behind him, casting unwanted shadows on his face. We give this round to the Mate 10 Pro since it was able to maintain the most details without blowing out the highlights, although the colors don't pop as much as the others. Google's Pixel 2 made Sasha's face the most visible, but at the expense of some of the details on his arm right where the sun touches it. Of course, if that matters to you. As you can see, our judges are hard to please. Up next is a photo of me taken at night. The Mate 10 Pro gave off the brightest image, which shows more of my face, but the yellow door frame behind me isn't as vibrant. We also see some loss in details for the iPhone 10 and the Note 8. Therefore, we give this round to the Pixel 2 for the most accurate and most consistent dynamic range. This next round is about macros, close-ups. We're looking for the ability to get in close, shoot tight, while at the same time preserving a lot of sharp details. This first one is tough. Personally, I don't see much of a difference, and our team pained over trying to decide which one was really best. The aged statue has a lot of chipped paint, and all phones showed the impurities spot on. But the Galaxy Note 8 seems to lack the shadows that make the details pop out more. It actually has the least detailed photo and is actually a little bit blurred. We think this is due to the fact that it has software beautification and thinks it was shooting a portrait. The iPhone 10 shot has impressive details, but has the darkest blacks concealing those details. On the flip side, the Mate 10 Pro was just the right amount of shadows, which in turn brings out a bit more elements to see. Of course, true macros are super close-ups. In Indonesia, we shot some bills and coins. The Mate 10 Pro and Pixel 2 took almost identical shots, and we see some good sharpness. Now, both the iPhone 10 and the Note 8 have second cameras with dedicated zoom lenses that let you get even closer. Here are those 2x shots. The Note 8 lets you take photos from up close, delivering a clearer image. The Note 8 takes this one. Whether true to life or not, let's face it, people love rich, vibrant colors in photos, but it's important that they don't go overboard. And that's what this round is all about. The streets of Singapore have always been filled with interesting sights. Here we have a big lawn surrounded by buildings rich in texture. The Mate 10 Pro is the most balanced in terms of overall exposure, but lacks punchier greens. On the other hand, Google's Pixel 2 shows very high contrast, especially with the trees, but somehow gives unpleasant dark shades. This is where the Note 8 shines, as we see the vibrant greens make the photo a lot livelier. I shot this on a gloomy day, so the color of pop helps. From a bustling city to the calm, open sea, the Note 8 went overboard with saturation on this one, drowning the image with a really deep blue color. But it's a stunning photo, and I won't blame you if you pick this one. Both the Pixel 2 and Apple's iPhone 10 produced similar results, but the Mate 10 Pro made the water look so beautiful with its rich blue color. On to this pretty orchid shot inside Singapore's famed cloud forest. I've seen this many times before. It's easy to go overboard when it comes to saturation of flowers. See the Mate 10 and Note 8's photos, which just bleed vibrant pink. We like the Pixel 2 best because it gave the orchid just the right amount of saturation so that you can also appreciate the details on the petals. The iPhone 10 actually did a better job at managing the colors vis-a-vis the details, but when you zoom in on the center, it's all white, no details whatsoever. This next category is what makes or breaks a camera on a smartphone. A lot of phones do really well when shooting outdoors, but suffer in low light when there's hardly any light. And this is very important because a lot of us like to take photos in restaurants or outdoors at night. Now, things to look out for: how grainy or noisy is a photo, is it blurred, and how bright or saturated is an image. A lot of poor cameras struggle at achieving both. This scene is a great test of the many things we look for. Details, colors, this scene has it all. Now let me start by saying all these phones passed the test. The areas in focus were sharp, and there wasn't a lot of noise. The backgrounds were nice and saturated also. The Pixel 2 has the slightest advantage, with the most vibrant colors and the best highlights. See the background and the gold foil on the bottle of champagne. Here's an interesting night shot from the streets of Seminyak. The colorful lights give the place a somewhat magical feel, and the Pixel 2 brings out their colors best. The Mate 10 Pro somehow made the colors blend, while the Note 8 has an overall yellowish tint. The iPhone 10 produced a good dynamic range, but when it comes to colors, it's really the Pixel 2 that takes home the cake. We really wanted to declare a winner here. By mere votes alone by the GadgetMatch team, the Google Pixel 2 is the best camera smartphone you can buy today. But this was very highly subjective and was a tight race between all four. So it all boils down to what you need and how much you're willing to spend. Get the iPhone 10 or the Note 8 if you want the second zoom lens. The iPhone 10 also has that cool portrait lighting feature. Google again proves that you don't need a second camera, and that superior software and artificial intelligence makes a world of difference. And if value for money is what you're after, the Mate 10 Pro, also with AI, is the most affordable phone of the bunch. What about you? Which camera smartphone do you think is the best of 2017? You can head over to GadgetMatch.com and take the blind test for yourself. Let us know how you fared by leaving a message in the comments section below. As always, you know the drill, folks. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow GadgetMatch on social media, and make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.